Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chant now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, welcome everyone to today evening Bhagavad Gita session. We'll be discussing something about Bhagavad Gita. This is the Bhagavad Gita. I hope you have seen this book somewhere in some corner of the world, or maybe on the street, or maybe in the temple, or maybe it's lying in your home in some cupboard. Somebody gifted you never opened it, or maybe you are planning to open it someday in your life. Anyways, but whatever be the case, welcome everyone to today's session. So today is Thursday, and we will be discussing on the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, verse 40. This is that chapter entitled Transcendental Knowledge. Some frequently asked questions: how many chapters are there in Bhagavad Gita? Option number one, 5. Option number B, 18. Option number C, 6. Option number D, 2. What is the correct answer? Any guess? Huh? Any guess? There is no negative mark for the. There are 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so I am giving you. And it's the fourth chapter. Huh? 18, yeah. There are 18 chapters in the Bhagavad Gita. And you can take help of your Google or just search if there's some question if you get stuck up. This is the chapter entitled Transcendental Knowledge, in which Krishna is summarizing this chapter. So this chapter had around 42 verses, and this is the 40, and then day after tomorrow this chapter will be finished. So this verse goes in Sanskrit. Does anybody know Sanskrit here? Nobody knows Sanskrit. Okay. I also don't know much. But yeah, we will try to recite something. Agyascha Shradhanascha Sanshayatma Vinashyati Nayam Loko Asti Na Paro Na Sukham Sanshayatmana. So it says, Agya, a person who is fool, who has no knowledge in standard scriptures. Cha, and Ashadhana, without faith in the revealed scriptures. Cha, also. Sanshaya, of doubts. Atma, a person. Vinashyati, falls back. Na, never. I am in this loka world. Asti, there is. Na, nor. Para, in the next life. Na, not. Sukham, happiness. Sanshay, doubtful. Atmana, of the person. So the translation goes basically, Krishna in the previous verses he is saying that one who follows the transcendental knowledge which is given in the Bhagavad Gita, so even though he or she may be at the stage of imperfection, but gradually by agreeing to follow it, it will burn away all the impurities in the heart. Just like a fire burns away everything, so there may be so many impurities in the heart. There may be so many things which are holding us back. But if one agrees to follow the formula which Krishna gave, that wherever we are, in whichever condition we are, just learning to add Krishna in our life. So if one follows that, then naturally there will be perfection. It says journey of 1,000 miles, 1,000 steps begin with a single step. So if one goes in that way, Krishna is saying, Krishna assures of success. Because you are following my path, even if you have so many discrepancies, I will take care. Krishna will take care. But in this verse, Krishna says, ignorant and faithless person who doubt the revealed scriptures, just like this Bhagavad Gita is a revealed scripture, do not attain God consciousness. They fall down. For the doubting soul, there is happiness neither in this world nor in the next. So, for the doubting soul, there is no happiness neither in this world nor in the next. So, how do you feel after reading this translation? Of course, we will be reading the purport. How do you feel? What Krishna is trying to say? Anything? Does Krishna wants us to follow blindly? Is the religion about following blindly? Because it is said that for one who doubts, there is no happiness neither in this world or nor in the next. So shall we believe everything which is being said blindly, or shall we exercise some doubt? Hmm? What do you think? Should we follow everything blindly in the spirituality or in the any path? Or shall we check the credentials? Would you go to any doctor blindly and get yourself treated? No. And the opposite is that if the doctor has good credentials, do you always keep on doubting him? Have you read the prescriptions now? Is it okay now that if I take this medicine I will be cured? If the doctor has good credentials, will you always keep on asking and doubting him? So these are the two extreme flip-flop in the sense. One thing is following everything blindly. There has been many blind followers in the past who follow any faith, whether Hinduism, Christianity, Muslim, or Sikhism, anything, and then they follow it, and then tomorrow, but they follow without understanding why do they do what they do. So then, if then they follow blindly, and then if there's something wrong happens, then they totally reject everything. Okay, now we are not following this. So this is, and other thing is to always doubt. So one thing is blind faith, one thing is reasonable faith. Scriptures teach us the reasonable faith. Reasonable faith means that if a particular doctor is not up to the mark, he cheated his patients, that doesn't mean that the medical profession is condemned. Medical science is condemned. There may be good doctors and there may be bad doctors. So we have to exercise our reasonable intelligence to find out who is the good doctor. Reasonable faith means that if we have purchased ticket from a recognized airlines, then we believe that on the particular date my plane will go. And if I have a boarding pass with me or if I have a ticket with me, then I know, okay, this plane will go. The pilot is qualified to drive the plane. It's not that we don't go step into the plane and check 10 times. Is this plane really going to the India? Is it plane really going to the America? Or is the pilot, we don't go at every second hour going to check, or does the pilot, can I see your certificate that are you like qualified to like fly the plane like that? So reasonable faith means that when we see some things, like okay, it's being recognized by some sort of body or some sort of like which exercises all the due care before recognizing anything, then we go by that. Reasonable faith means when we go to a saloon, we bow our head to get our hair be trimmed or cut. We are sure that he will trim the hair only, or he will, with his blade, the barber will cut our hair only, he won't cut our neck. So that is reasonable faith. Reasonable faith means that when we are living in a family, we believe that if I go home today, then my wife has prepared food for me. She has prepared food out of love, not out of poison. So we eat that. That is a reasonable faith with which we function in this world, isn't it? On the contrary, there is a blind faith which is like, which doesn't like take anything in, which just follows everything blindly, and which is too external based. And then we don't exercise our intelligence to ask appropriate questions. So in spirituality, questions are welcome. In fact, questions are the sign of intelligence. Only intelligent persons ask questions. Krishna explained Bhagavad Gita to Arjun in second chapter. Krishna gave the instruction. Practically, Bhagavad Gita would have been finished in the second chapter itself if Arjun would not have asked further questions. So Arjun asked further question. So the Bhagavad Gita went on till 18th chapter. At the end of the 18th chapter, Krishna says to Arjun, I have explained you everything. Now deliberate on it and do act as you wish. Krishna gave the Arjun the freedom to make decision. So the real knowledge empowers. Real knowledge does not make us slave or does not make us, okay, tell me what should I do and like that. Real knowledge empowers. So Krishna gave Arjun the freedom. He empowered Arjun. Make decision. Whatever you want to do, you do it. Deliberate on it. And choose your own path. So that's how like it happens like. And finally then Arjun like surrendered to Krishna because he wanted to surrender. He could not, if he would have desired, he would not have surrendered also, but he chose to surrender. So questions are welcome, but when the questions become too much into that doubting, then for that Krishna says, for the doubting soul there is no happiness either in this world nor in next. Because to function in this world also, we need some faith, as we discussed from the example of getting a ticket to fly in plane, getting our new hairstyle being made in a what do you say, saloon or something like that, like, or maybe some beauty parlor like that. So we require some faith to function in this world. So now the purport says, out of many standard and authoritative revealed scriptures, this Bhagavad Gita is the best. In the sense it is very widely accepted by everyone. Persons who are almost like animals have no faith in or knowledge of the standard revealed scriptures. And some, even though they have knowledge of or can cite passages from the revealed scriptures, have actually no faith in these worlds. So first of all, people don't have no knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, and they don't have a copy, or even if they have a copy of Bhagavad Gita, it is sitting somewhere in their office or home and like that. They don't open it. This is known as Bhagavad Gita as it is. So they keep it as it is. Okay, it should be kept as it is. We should not like open it like that. Or even if they open it, even if they read it, but they don't have faith in those words. Okay, if something is written, Krishna is saying something, So we don't have faith in these words. So they don't believe that the Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead. Such person cannot have any standing in Krishna consciousness. They fall down. By fall down means falling down from their spiritual position, falling down from their position in which they are. Out of all doubtful, out of all above mentioned persons, people who have no faith and are always doubtful make no progress at all. Men without faith in God and His revealed word find no good in this world nor in the next. For them, there is no happiness whatsoever. One should therefore follow these principles of revealed scriptures with faith and thereby be raised to the platform of knowledge. Only this knowledge will help one become promoted to the transcendental platform of spiritual understanding. In other words, doubtful persons have no status whatsoever in spiritual emancipation. One should therefore follow in the footsteps of great acharyas who won the disciplic succession and thereby attain success. So this was the purport. Once a seeker went to a spiritual teacher and he was asking questions, one question, second question, third question, like that. And those questions were intelligent. But after some time, the, the, the teacher could see in his eyes, and he just looked directly into his eyes. He said, doubt is the function of intelligence. But simply doubting leads us to nowhere. Doubt is the function of intelligence. How doubt is the function of intelligence? For example, we understand in our subtle body, there is a mind intelligence and false ego. So mind may be attached to something immediate. So mind may want to, let's say, have some immediate gratification. Mind may want to, have an immediate, what do you say, something to eat, something good to look at, something good to hear, like that. But it's the function of intelligence to invoke a doubt that is this eating or sightseeing beneficial for your long-term goals or not. So intelligence in that way keep us on the right path if intelligence is guided properly, empowered. It helps us make the right decision. It helps us make the right decision. So intelligence helps us in many ways. A person who a student who has exam next day, mind may say, okay, come on, like let's go and watch movies and be on Netflix whole night. We will figure it out what to do in the next day in the exam. But the intelligence may doubt this proposal of mind by saying, hey, come on, we haven't studied. We will fail definitely if we won't have this thing. So intelligence functions us to bring us to in line of our long-term goals and our short-term goals, if we have any. And if we don't have any, then intelligence helps us to make that goals. So doubt as a function of intelligence can be helpful to some extent, and it is desirable. However, when we keep on doubting without having a simple faith in the spirituality, especially when spirituality is coming from a right source or a bona fide source, then it leads us nowhere. It's like hovering around and around and around. It's like going around in a circles. Like you can go around in circles, but at the end we need some shelter. We need some shelter. So that teacher looked at the eyes of the student and said, just consider, where is the shelter in this world? Where is the true shelter in this world? Is the shelter in the body? This body which we maintain with so much labor and like that? this body will eventually leave us. Just yesterday we did some funeral programs here. This body will leave us, or we will leave the body, as you may say. With the time, this body will age, and especially old age and disease are very purifying. Old age and disease grounds us into reality. We can see in the old age, and because we see everything losing in old age, everything like getting off our hands. We cannot control that much. We cannot have our all desires being met. So where is the shelter? Is there shelter in relationships? Some people say life is like a, if you have a fist like this, you want to hold some ice in your fist or sand in your fist. Then will you be able to hold it, ice in your fist? No. What will happen? Ice will melt. After a few minutes, you open the hand, there is no longer ice. There is no sand. So you can say ice or sand. Similarly, we may think in the life that I have this relationship. He is mine. She is mine. We will be together. And yeah, but will they be remain together? No, they won't remain together. Even if how hard they try. And just to add some humor to that, once there was a job interview going on. Once there was a job interview and the guy was being asked by the boss, how much risk you can take for the company? What is the risk taking capacity for you? And as this candidate looked into the eyes of the boss, he said, the person who was taking interview, I can take lots of risk. He said, how? He said, for the 7 lifetimes, I have asked the same partner with whom I am living now. So that's my risk-taking capacity. Then the boss said, okay, issue immediately the letter to him. We will keep him. He has such a high risk-taking capacity that he will do wonders. So just like, we may think that we may live for 7 years together or 7 lifetimes together or 4 years together in a partnership. But like it won't happen. It will go. So like we may think this relationship is mine, this wealth is mine, but it will go away. So the teacher said, where is the shelter? We want to have some shelter, but where is the shelter? There is no shelter in this world apart from Krishna or the Supreme Lord or the divine power. How? How is it? Because Krishna says that from the beginning of creation, even before the creation began, He was there. And when the creation is going on, in the course, He is there. And when there will be no one, then also He will be there. So in the beginning, middle and end, Krishna is there. And Krishna is our most dear best friend, residing with us in our heart space. We as a spirit soul, we are not these bodies. And we learn from the scriptures that we reside in this heart space as a spirit soul. And just near this spirit soul is the super soul, who is like the best friend and who guides the living entity wherever he goes. So the only constant companion to the soul's journey is Krishna. Other companions will come and go in our journey, in our life's journey or in our soul's journey. For instance, I took birth in this male body, and then when I took birth, so I had my parents. They were part of my journey. However, with time, I developed some friends. Those friends became the part of my journey, and parents were there, but they were not that active part. Then I just met devotees. Then devotees became the part of my journey, and those friends were there, but they were not that active part. And then after some time, a person may marry. Then the wife becomes or spouse becomes, for wife or husband, becomes the part of the journey, and then others may not be that like that. Now, 1 may change the place. So, then the new place and new people become the part of the journey, and the previous persons people are not that much active. And finally, the soul leaves the body in this way to have another journey. But amidst all this journey, the one person who is constant friend is Krishna. And Krishna is teaching this Bhagavad Gita with some instructions, some good knowledge, and he is asking Arjun to have a basic trust in him, to believe his words, to have faith in him. To have faith in him, and he is saying that those who are simply doubting, for them, there is nothing can be done. So to have so this verse especially invites us to learn to trust Krishna and his words, his wisdom, and mold our life in that way. So I will pause here for a few minutes, and I have a question for you. How, at this point of your life, you think you can develop your muscles of faith in Krishna's words? The question is how, at this point in your life, you can develop the muscles of faith in Krishna's word. Little trust develops by some small baby steps for sure. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
If you do what he says, then you can see the result.
Yeah. If we do what he says, then we can see the results. It is said that spirituality is like that. प्रत्यक्ष आवगम धर्म्यम सुसुखम कर्तुम अव्ययम राजविद्या राजगोह्यम पवित्रम इदम उत्तमम प्रत्यक्ष आवगम धर्म्यम सुसुखम कर्तुम अव्ययम. That the spirituality is like the king of knowledge, the most confidential knowledge, and it is pratyaksh. You can see directly how spirituality works and how it gives the results. And therefore, because those who practice spirituality, they can see, so that brings more faith. Is that what you want to say, Prabhu, in this slide? Thank you. Any other point? Yes, please. Thank you. Yeah, regularly visiting temple, developing consistency. Consistency is a thing which can acts like a nail. Like when you want to put some nail into the wall, just hit. It goes, the nail goes into the wall. So for any activity, consistency is required. If we consistently visit the temple or if we consistently do something, then we develop faith. How a drug addict become a drug addict? He consistently takes the drug. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Radha Gokulanand ki, Jai Sita Ram Lakshmi Hanuman ki, Jai. How a drug addict becomes drug addict? It's by consistently taking the drug. Yeah, we practice it. How an alcoholic become alcoholic? By constantly like that, taking the alcohol. Yeah. Any other point? How you can develop faith and trust? Would you like to add something? By chanting Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, we can develop faith and trust in Krishna's word. Thank you. Because this chanting naturally gives us the faith. Because this Maha Mantra is non-different from Krishna. So when we chant, then it is natural byproduct is that we will develop faith. Yes, you were saying something.
I guess developing knowledge and understanding.
Yeah. Developing knowledge and understanding helps us to develop faith and trust in Krishna's words, which we are here. Developing knowledge and understanding by reading, by hearing, and contemplating upon that. Just like we read a paragraph and then we are contemplating, we are churning it. And by churning it, the gems comes out. Especially, okay, this can be like, okay, I'm speaking and you are hearing. But now when you are answering, you are also thinking, you are contemplating. So by that way, the faith develops. How else?
Being around those who have faith.
Yeah, I was about to say this. Yeah, thank you for that. Like it's being said that like those who have, they can give it. So there are definitely we can find so those people who are more advanced than us in spirituality. So by being around them, we develop faith. Like if some, I asked a friend who drank the alcohol for the first time. I mean liquor for the so I asked him that how did you actually took it? He said I had a friend. He had a friend who was really enthusiastic about it, and who knew how to take it, how much to mix water and how much to have it neat and like everything, and he was total so much expert that from that I developed that, and then he said that he became sick after drinking. So then he asked this person, I'm feeling sick, I'm not feeling good after drinking alcohol. He said, don't worry, you will get over it. Just keep drinking. So he had that, what do you say, his friend's friend had that faith, and then he gave that faith that, okay, you keep on drinking alcohol, you will get over it, it's normal. The same way, like when we develop, associate with those devotees who have, those practitioners who have faith in spirituality, we also develop in that way. Any others? Yeah. So this is how we can develop the faith. And when we develop the faith, then Krishna is saying that there are like gems waiting for us on the path and like that. So to summarize, spirituality is upon having the reasonable faith. Without faith, we cannot function in even in this world. Just imagine like you are selling a product, and a person who is buying the product comes asking the same question 10 times. This product is original na? This product has the warranty na? And like that. So you feel irritated. In the same way, like without faith, we cannot actually function in this normal world also. So we took that example of the flight. We go on a flight, we believe that the flight will go on time. Of course, we check details on the net and like that before boarding it. We believe that the pilot is qualified to drive the plane, and so we have this reasonable faith. We have reasonable faith that when we go to like a beauty salon, then to get our hair trimmed or cut, then the person is having the blade with him, so he will cut my hair only, he won't cut my neck. So we are having a faith and we go to the home, then our partner, our spouse will feed us with the food out of which is cooked out of love, not cooked out of the poison or something like that. So we have this reasonable faith. Without this faith, we cannot function even in the normal world. So Krishna is inviting us to have a reasonable faith in Him. It is not. It is questions are welcome in spirituality. Asking questions. Asking questions is a sign of intelligence. Arjun himself asked so many questions. So whenever there is doubt, we should address it by asking questions, and questions should be asked to understand further the subject matter rather than the challenging the speaker. So there are two ways of asking question. One is to totally deny it, and and ask in the form of challenge. Other way to ask question is in a humble way with the right attitude to learn. So questions are welcome, and where we can ask lots of questions, as Arjuna asked a lot of questions. Practically, Bhagavad Gita would have ended on second chapter, but it went on to the 18th chapter because Arjun had questions. Then we discussed that doubt is the function of intelligence. For example, the mind is proposing something, then intelligence helps us to doubt that mind's proposition. Like if someone believes that there's a person who is having taking drugs, he may believe that the drugs keep him high. But if someone has bit of intelligence, he may doubt, really? Does the drug really keep one high? Is the drug really helping me in my path? So doubt helps us by asking, putting these questions. However, when the doubts are not properly guided, then they become like a stumbling block on the spirituality, which Krishna is saying here. And so, so Krishna is inspiring us, inviting us to have some reasonable faith, some basic faith in His words. And Krishna is our only constant companion in our journey. Others people come and go in our journey. We compared how life is like a journey, then how life is like a holding ice cube in the hand. We think that this relationship is mine, that relationship is mine, but it is no longer like that. So in this way, we just had some discussion, and we would conclude. If anybody has any questions further or any comments, then we can have. Otherwise, we would just conclude here and have some kirtan. Anything further you want to ask? Maybe not from this topic. If you want to ask something else, you are welcome to ask. Hmm? You want to ask something? Okay. Well, if you want to ask that when is darshan getting open, it's opening at 7. And when is the prasadam, it's at 7:25. If apart from that you have any other question, then hmm? You have any question? Okay. So we will do some kirtan. You said that by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, we can develop faith. So we will chant for a few minutes before the darshan gets open. Is it okay with you? Okay. So when we chant this with this mantra has Hare Krishna and Rama. These three words are there. Hare means we are addressing the energy of the Lord. Krishna means the name of the Lord, naturally. And then Hare represents Shrimati Radharani, Sita Devi, like that. And mainly Shrimati Radharani. And Krishna is there. Then Hare Rama, again, like we are addressing Krishna, the Lord. So it says that the Krishna, one of the name of the Krishna is the all attractive. Krishna attracts everyone. Because, and Krishna is all attractive. He can attract everyone, children, elders, boy, girl, women, men, everyone he attracts. And Rama means who is like full of pleasure. Krishna, whoever takes the name of the Lord, he naturally becomes blissful. All his anxieties, all their anxieties goes away, all their worries goes away just by chanting the name. So when you address somebody by their name, let's say, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Mesa? Mess. What's that? Bess. How do we spell it? How do we spell it? Besse. Okay. So if I say Bess. So if I'm calling your name again and again, then it would naturally attract your attention, isn't it? Somebody is calling me. Will it happen or no? If I'm calling your name, it will get your attention. You will look in the direction where somebody is where I'm calling. So same way, if we are calling Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, so Krishna it takes Krishna's attention, and Krishna say, oh, why he is calling my name? What does he want from me? So Srila Prabhupada taught us that when we chant in this way, calling the name of Krishna, then it takes Krishna's attention. Krishna is like, okay, looking, okay, why is this devotee calling me? What does he need from me? So that the devotee says, please engage me in your service. Please protect me. Please guide me. So that is the prayer. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the prayer of protection. Prayer to be engaged in the service of the Lord. And when we chant in this way, it really attracts Krishna's attention. And Krishna is a grateful God. Krishna is a really grateful God. Yeah, you can take it from me. Even if you forget everything, you can take this from me. How is grateful that whoever chants his name even once, Krishna records it. Wow, this is chanting my name. So he just takes record. On Thursday, 25th of October, she chanted my name. So Krishna is a grateful God and he is ready to help us in any way if we just take shelter of him. So let us take shelter by chanting, doing kirtan. You have a question? Yeah?
You tell something, you want to pick the ice, you want to drop the ice, you want to leave them on,
Sorry?
Can I continue that?
This example.
If you want to follow the faith or
Yeah, Krishna says those who don't follow, those who are unfaithful, those who always keep on doubting, for them there is no happiness in this world or next world. And we discussed the example like those who are faithless, how, I mean, they cannot do anything in the life. They go to barber, they keep on doubting. They go to plane, they keep on doubting. So that's what I was saying, like in that way. Got the point?
No, then what's the point of asking something what we want to the God?
Then what's the point of asking something from the Lord? No, you can ask.
I mean, everything goes with the flow. I mean, with the faith.
The question is when it's everything is written, what is the point of? There may be few pages where nothing is written, where we can pray, and that may happen. God may leave some pages for us.
Yeah, God has given us the free will. So you are asking question that if everything is written in destiny, then what is the point of asking from the Lord? Well, within the destiny also we have some space to pray. There may be like within the destiny. Uh, okay, so let me answer. Within destiny also we have space. For example, like let's say there is a father who lost all his money in gambling, and then he has two sons. So one son learned from the father's example not to indulge in gambling. It was his destiny that his father lost all his money. Same, both sons had the same destiny, but one son learned from that I should not indulge in gambling. Other son learned, when my father indulged in gambling, I will become a bigger. I will indulge in more gambling than him. So within the destiny scope of destiny, we always have free will. We always have some space in which we can create the new destiny. Otherwise, what is the use of talking all these things? That's what you were saying, no? So yeah, so this Bhagavad Gita and this wisdom helps us to create, to know where the space is and to capitalize on that space, so as to build our next life, next destiny, and the like good karma that way. Okay, so now shall we chant? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. I was asking you to pick the mic. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please chant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So this is the way, as we discussed by you said that point, that just by chanting the Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, we can develop the faith. Because this, as I discussed before chanting, this is the prayer to the Lord, prayer for protection, prayer to be engaged in His service. So naturally, when we chant and when we do kirtan like this, our faith, our trust in our eternal friend Krishna develops. This is the practical way application of all that we hear and study in the Bhagavad Gita. So when we do with this with the faith, one thing is that we can chant blindly without knowing it, and one thing when we chant with the knowledge. We chant with the knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Person and we are asking from His to be engaged in His service. For lifelong lifetimes we have been serving our senses, our mental whims, our plans, but it has not helped us. That's just coming to the reality, waking up to the reality and asking from Krishna to help. Help from Krishna to intervene in our life, to guide us to the right path, to guide us to the path of enlightenment, to guide us to the path which leads us towards Him. So that is the meaning of this mantra. And it is being said, it's like asking for protection from the Lord. It is said that Mare Krishna Rakhe Krishna Mare ke. If Krishna wants to kill somebody, nobody can protect him. But if Krishna wants to protect someone, then nobody can kill him. So in the real sense, if Krishna wants to is with our side, then there is always victory with us. As it's the last verse of the Bhagavad Gita. Wherever Krishna is, wherever Arjuna is, there is victory there. And so in that way, keeping Krishna by side, so chanting Hare Krishna means to always keep Krishna with our side. So that's the meaning of mantra. And now we will all get up for the evening aarti. Darshan will soon open and we will chant this mantra more. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
No problem. You play Madanga. Jangan sit pat. Alicia, manji dah. Don't stop. I'm supposed to be playing. I can't play. Shri Shri Radha Gokulanand ki, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Gauranitaya ki. Jaya Jaya Gaurachande Arati ko shobha. Simhasana